I never imagined I'd find myself sitting alone in my car outside a grocery store, staring at a bouquet of flowers I was about to throw away. At 35, I thought I had finally found the person I wanted to spend my life with. Until that afternoon. I'm a dentist, and that's how I met her 2 years ago. She came in for a routine cleaning. She was new to the city and looking for a regular dental office. What should have been a quick appointment turned into an hour of talking. There was something different about her. Maybe it was the way she laughed at my terrible dental jokes, or how her eyes lit up when she talked about her dreams. Before meeting her, I was content being single. Sure, I went on dates now and then, but nothing serious. I had my practice, my hobbies, and a comfortable life. I wasn't looking for anything more. But then she walked in and changed everything. She was outgoing, always surrounded by friends. Her closest friend was someone she'd grown up with in her hometown. Let's call him Parker. He visited every few months, and I'll admit, their friendship made me uneasy. I didn't show it or make a big deal about it, though. She assured me they were just friends, and I tried my best to believe her. But Parker never seemed to warm up to me, no matter how hard I tried to be friendly. She'd say he was just protective, but to me, it felt more like jealousy. A year ago, she moved in with me, and everything seemed great. She was finishing her MBA, and I supported her through it. I didn't mind covering all the expenses because I wanted her to focus on her studies. The only thing I made clear was that once she started working, we'd split the expenses. I believe in independence. Last Monday, she called to tell me she had landed her dream job. I was so proud and excited that I left work early to surprise her. I bought her favorite wine, picked up takeout, and got her a dolphin pendant necklace she'd been admiring at the mall. She loved dolphins, so I knew she'd adore it. When I got home, I came in through the garage to hide the necklace before surprising her. That's when I heard her laughing upstairs. She was on the phone with Parker, and what I heard next made my stomach drop. She wasn't just joking around. She was mocking me. She compared me to her ex, made fun of my looks, and called me dumb despite my education. The worst part, most of what she said wasn't even true. It felt like she was inventing flaws just to laugh about them with him. I stood there, holding the flowers and wine, feeling like I'd been punched in the gut. I had been ring shopping, planning our future, and there she was, tearing me apart with someone I already felt uneasy about. For 3 days, I avoided her. She kept texting, asking if I was okay, probably because she heard the garage door when I left. I confided in my sister and my closest friend, showing them the text she'd sent. Everyone told me the same thing. I needed to end it. Finally, on Thursday, I took her to a quiet restaurant downtown, a place with private booths. I thought a public setting would be better in case things got heated. She seemed extra affectionate that night, touching my arm and making plans for the weekend. It made what I had to do even harder. After we ordered, I told her everything. I explained how much she meant to me, how I'd never connected with anyone like this before, and how I'd been thinking about marriage. Then I asked her why she'd said those things about me to Parker. At first, she denied it, acting confused and insisting she'd never do that. But I told her I'd heard everything. I mentioned the specific things she said and how they hurt me. Her demeanor changed. First came more denials, then tears and begging. She claimed she didn't know why she said those things, and that Parker just brought out a different side of her. She said laughing with him helped her deal with things that usually made her cry. When I didn't budge, her tears stopped quickly. Suddenly, I was controlling, insecure, and not good enough for her. She even said she never really loved me, that I was more like a friend she didn't want to hurt. I told her it was over and that she needed to pack her essentials and find somewhere else to stay. My house, my rules. She hadn't contributed financially, so she had no claim to stay. She didn't take it well and started screaming right there in the restaurant. The drive home was silent. My friend Kai and his wife were waiting at the house, just in case things got messy while she packed. She called a friend to pick her up, and before she left, I got my house key back. That night, the texts started pouring in. They range from apologies to anger, then sadness, and back again. I didn't respond to any of them. The next morning, I sent her one text, letting her know I had packed her remaining things and left them on the porch for her pickup while I was at work. I should have known it wouldn't end there. When I got home that evening, my house was a complete disaster. She must have made a copy of the key at some point, because she managed to get in and unleash havoc. Furniture was torn apart, irreplaceable family photos were shattered, sinks were clogged with the water left running, and food was thrown everywhere. The only thing she did right was locking my dogs in the bedroom so they wouldn't get hurt. Then it hit me. I had given her a spare key to my work SUV for emergencies. Sure enough, she trashed that too. The interior was covered in flour and what looked like tomato soup. Just 3 days earlier, we had been curled up on the couch watching movies and playing board games with friends. Now, my life felt like it was in ruins. In a moment of pure spite, I ordered 100 pounds of baby carrots to be delivered to her friend's house, where she was staying. Was it petty? Absolutely. But after seeing the destruction she caused, I felt entitled to one small act of revenge. The next wave of texts from her was even nastier than before. That's when I decided to block her number and all her social media accounts. I've never cried so much in my life, but deep down, I know I made the right choice. Her actions spoke volumes. I've spent a lot of time reflecting on what went wrong. Being a dentist means working long hours, and I know that bothered her. Emergencies can happen at any time, and I have to answer those calls, even during dinner or weekends. We had arguments about it before, and I tried to set boundaries, but my job comes with certain responsibilities. Still, I don't believe I was a bad partner. Sure, I had my moments, like anyone else, but I genuinely thought we were happy. Now, it's hard not to question everything. Did I unknowingly push her to act this way? Then, I remember how she laughed while making fun of me to Parker, how she turned cruel in the restaurant, and how she destroyed my home. No one deserves that. I filed a police report and took photos of the damage for insurance purposes, though I doubt much will come of it legally. I can't prove it was her, and honestly, I don't want to drag this out in court. I just want to move on. The strangest part is how fast everything unraveled. One moment, I was planning a future with someone, thinking about where to propose, and the next, I was filing a police report against them. Life can change so quickly. My sister keeps telling me I'll find someone better, someone who truly appreciates me. Right now, that feels impossible, but I know she's right. I deserve better than someone who mocks me behind my back or destroys my property when things don't go their way. For now, I'm focused on fixing up my house, staying busy with work, and spending time with my dogs. They're better company anyway. They don't make fun of me or trash my home when they're upset. This whole experience taught me an important lesson. Sometimes the person you think is the one is just a lesson in what you won't tolerate in your next relationship. It hurts now, but I'm grateful I found out who she really was before proposing, before getting married, before having kids. I've stopped checking my phone for a genuine apology and stopped wondering if Parker was more than just a friend. None of that matters anymore. What matters is that I stood up for myself. My friend Kai once told me something that stuck with me. The right person won't make you question your worth. They'll make you realize it. I'm holding on to that thought as I rebuild my life, one day at a time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends or family who might enjoy it. Your support means the world to us. See you in the next story.